Section with Wakeelite Book Club, where stories come alive and authors connect directly with readers from another world. I'm your host, Mina. I'm truly thrilled to have you all here today. Whether you are joining live or catching the replay, you are in the right for something special. Today, we shine the spotlight on a gripping, emotional, and edge of your seat novel titled Stalking the Storm by amazing and talented author by Cindy Johnson. This is not just a story.
Right.
This is not just a story. It is a powerful journey into survival, resilience, and the thin line between compassion and obsession, set against the shadows and deadly hurricane. This book will pull you in and keep you turning pages till the very end. So grab your seat, stay engaged, and don't forget you can drop your questions and comments because this is an interactive session. Now, without further ado, let's formally welcome our incredible author, Cindy Johnson. So, Cindy, it's great to have you with us. To get us started, can you briefly introduce yourself and tell us what inspired you writing Stalking the Storm?
I actually woke up with this dream or this whole story on my brain, and it would not go away until I opened my laptop and just started writing. So, like 5 hours later, I had almost 8 chapters done, and then my brain let me rest. So, I honestly have no idea where it came from or why, but I live in Florida, so we just went through a pretty tough hurricane season. Maybe that's where it came from. I don't know, but it just was there, and so like I said, it wouldn't go away until I put it down on paper.
Oh, that's good. Is that all? Hello, are you with me?
I'm here.
I said, is that all? That's great.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Said, is that all? Or do you still have more to say to the readers?
Hold on one second. I'm going to put the CC on so I can read maybe what you're saying because I really can't hear you or understand you. So give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay, so repeat your question.
What do you say?
Go ahead and repeat your question or your comment.
I said, is that all with you telling us about introducing what inspired you to write Stalking the Storm? Or do you still have more to say to the readers?
Well, you asked me what inspired me to write the story, and that's
Yeah.
what I answered was that it was literally a dream that came to me, and when I woke up, it wouldn't go away until I put it down on paper. Um, there are some story can that to be a lot more. Are you there?
Hello? Hello?
I'm here. Hello.
Is that all?
Do you want me to talk about the book now?
Okay, that's really interesting. Also, let's talk a bit more about the book itself. What will you say is the core message or theme behind Stalking the Storm?
Okay. So the story opens to Camille living on the island. It talks a little bit about her past, where she comes from, what brought her to the island, and her goal in life. So her parents in the book die pretty young in a boat accident, And so she is pushed at that point to become a nurse and help her brother overcome his alcohol abuse. So she becomes a nurse in a clinic outside the island. On the island or on the in the clinic, she takes care of many people to try to help them overcome their abuse issues, whether it be drugs or alcohol. And so she meets a gentleman named Brett who comes in very um, in the thralls of alcoholism. He's very intoxicated, and so they have to intubate him to maintain his respiratory status and to get the drugs out of his system, or I'm sorry, the alcohol out of his system. So as the story goes on, then he becomes very want them to be able to look at their alcohol, needs him to save her from her own life. He needs her to believe that he loves her, and that's what he bases his whole theory on, taking her away from her other life, her real life. So as the story progresses, then he begins to detect her life at the clinic, figuring out where she works, when she works, how she works. He figures out where she lives, and he stalks her in her home on the island. And so she detects small little things that he's doing for her, but she doesn't take it seriously. So then eventually what happens is there's a hurricane coming, and he plans to kidnap her on the island. So in order to escape, she has to use a lot of psychological talking in order to get him to believe that she's there with him and that she's with him in personality as well. If you think about our lives, all of our lives actually, there are many storms that we go through, not just physical storms that are outside with thunder, lightning, wind, rain, ice, snow, but there are internal storms. So we struggle every day with religion, with life decisions, with everything going on. And so we have a lot of internal. There's external, like I said, with the storms, the snow, the ice, the rain, the sleet, whatever happens to be in your external. Then there's personal. What about moral dilemmas? Do we struggle with moral dilemmas? How is he going to get through this moral dilemma? Is what he's believing to do to her okay with him? How does she convince him that it's not okay, that she needs to escape from his hold? And that's what the story is based on. She uses the psychological aspect to try to convince him that she's with him, so that she is actually in the meantime planning on trying to escape. I don't want to give away the story, so.
Wow, amazing. Readers, let's appreciate the author. Also, was there any particular moment during the writing process that stood out to you or challenged you?
Um, Sometimes paragraph structures, sometimes sentence structures. I have a master's degree in education, so in nursing education is a little different than writing a book. So that kind of became a little bit of an internal struggle too, because I know what needs to be done medically wise, but in the writing world, it's a little bit different. So that was a struggle. Understanding where to put different topics, like when you discuss your protagonists main life or how it got to where she is? Do you include that all at the beginning, or do you mix that up with the story itself? That was kind of a struggle too. I wasn't quite sure how to introduce like her past, Brett's past, her ex-husband's past. How do you get all that in the story that doesn't sound really, really boring at the beginning, but you also don't want to confuse your reader by mixing that in with the actual storyline? So that was a struggle, to be honest.
Wow, that's really exciting. So, this has been a great
Thank you.
conversation so far. Let's now open the floor to our readers. I know some of them have some questions. So
Okay.
now, readers, if you have a question, kindly type it in the section so the author will reply to you.
Sorry for my cat.
So
You're
let's
welcome.
await the questions from the readers.
Anybody? I've had a few questions over the past about the characters and the character development. Some people have asked if it's related to my past in any way. And I would have to say that one of the
So, Author
patients is
Simon,
remotely, oh,
hello.
sorry.
So we have a question here. The question states, what would you have done differently if you were Camille? What would you have done differently if you were Camille?
Question states, what have you
Do you hear that?
different? I'm reading your question. Hang on one second.
Says the first question states, what would you have done differently if you were Camille?
Question states what you have differently, family, what we have done differently if you were coming. Reading your questions.
Can you answer to that?
I'm trying to read the questions. Hang on one second, please.
Let me read it again. What would you have done differently if you were Camille?
If I was Camille,
Yeah.
I think I would have been a little more acutely aware of my surroundings so that she didn't get caught in that situation, and she would have brought the police in a little bit sooner than she did. She didn't really take seriously some of the clues he was leaving her.
Wow, thanks so much for your response. That's incredible. The second question states, did the hurricane make the story more intense for you? Did the hurricane make the story more intense for you?
I believe that it did because it gave him the perfect opportunity to snatch her, so to speak, and take her away because during a hurricane, the the rescuers or the police department are all pretty busy with their own issues, whether it's their own families, whether it's trying to keep the substations intact. So and they tell you right up front when there's a hurricane coming, if you wait too long, they can't help you. So this gave Brett the perfect opportunity to snatch her up so that nobody would be looking for her. So the hurricane gave, I think, a lot of um, intensity to the story because how was she going to escape during a hurricane when the winds were blowing and the trees were falling?
Right. The next question states, how would you survive in Camille's situation? Do you hear that?
How do you survive in a communist situation?
Yes.
A communist situation? Is that?
Yes,
Can you
that's the
repeat that word,
question.
please?
How would you survive in Camille's situation?
Camille's situation.
Yes.
Well, as nurses, and I've been a nurse almost 40 years, been retired a couple years. So, as a nurse, we're actually trained to pay attention to our surroundings, to look at our patients and gauge right away what's is a patient at risk for falls, is patients um, what's their safety hazard. So she's able to immediately absorb her surroundings once she wakes from the drug that he uses when he takes her. So she's able to take into her surroundings and develop a plan to um, escape from him. But part of that is she has to convince him that it's all okay, that they're there together in the room, which is the shack. And so while she's got him distracted on one side, she's able to develop and build her plan better so that she can escape.
All right.
Next
The
question.
next question states: would you forgive someone like Brit if they change? Would you forgive someone like Brit if they change? Do you hear that?
Yes. Would I forgive someone like Brett? Um, yes, because he has some psychological disorders. So you can't really hold him totally responsible for his actions. But he does commit a crime, which is morally wrong. So, and he does in the book does, without giving the book away, obviously, he does commit some really serious crimes. So, personally, I wouldn't want to see him get the death penalty, but he does need to be penalized for his actions.
Okay. The next question states: what is your biggest challenge writing this story?
Details, getting details correct.
No, it
I did
states
a lot of research on hurricanes. I did research on um, what happens in hurricanes and how internally people reflect and survive them. And I live in Florida along the coastline, so I've been through, I think, four, maybe five hurricanes now. So I kind of have a personal aspect for it. And as a nurse, we prepare for hurricanes. So I did a lot of research on that. I work in an area where we do some alcohol detoxing, which is trying to get the alcohol out of the patient's system so that they can leave the acute care hospital and go to a 30-day rehab program. So I had some inside knowledge on the actual steps on how you do a CWAT protocol, what medications that you use for a patient to help them uh, come down off of the drugs or the alcohol safely so that they're not in jeopardy of respiratory collapse, so to speak.
okay. The next question states: do you think obsession can ever be mistaken for love?
That's a really good question. I think from the Brett's perspective, he believes that he loves her. He believes that he needs to save her. So from that male dominance, I need to rescue her. Um, from Camille's point of view, no, never. I mean, I would never take that seriously because it's a mental disorder.
Okay. From what I'm seeing so far, the readers are really interested in your book. This states, wow, I'm getting more interested in this book. Do you have a profile on Goodreads?
Do you have on Goodreads?
Yes.
Yes, the book is on Goodreads. It's on Amazon, it's on Barnes and Noble, and it's on Lulu.
Okay. This reader say, I would love to purchase one of these books. Wow, 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 wow. This is amazing. So the last question says, do you have your book available on audiobook?
It is not right now, this very minute, but I just got notice this morning that it's been submitted for approval. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, it will be available on audio.
Okay, would you love Wakeelite Publishing to help you with the audiobook?
Would you love parking
I
lot?
said, would you like Wakeelite Publishing Book Club to help you with the audiobook?
Oh, Walk Like Publishing. Um, I mean, I'm interested in speaking with someone about it. Um, I mean, I'm never going to close the door to trying to get my book out there or get it sold.
Please, I can't hear you very well. Can you say that?
Please, like that. I'm not
Can you
sure what
repeat
your
what you
question
said?
is. I'm sorry.
Hello? I said,
I'm here.
will you love Wakeelite Publishing Book Club to help you with the audiobook?
I think it's all done. I'm just waiting on the audio. Um, it's been submitted to the audio. I'm just waiting on them to accept it. We had some issues with the narrator's name not clearly announced at the beginning and the end.
Okay,
And
before we
so I'm just waiting on them to reapprove it, and then it'll be available in audio.
alright.
So
Be-
probably will pass on that right now just because I already have or I've already purchased the audio and it's being published now. But thank you.
Okay, before we wrap up, Cindy, for those who are interested in reading Stalking the Storm, where can they find your book? Did you have a website or
I
social
do.
media platforms?
It's Cindy L. Johnson,
Please, can
all
you
one
put
word.
it
No,
in the message section so it will be easy for the readers?
can you message section?
Can you help with that?
I'm let me look at it and see if I can come up with it. Um,
Okay. And also, do you have social media platforms?
I have Facebook, Instagram,
All
and
right. Can
TikTok.
you provide the handles here in the message section also with the website? So it will be easy for more readers to engage in it and also to reach out to
Yeah,
you.
yes, I'm working on it right now.
Okay, okay. I'm good.
Figure out how
We
to.
are expecting
Let me
that.
figure out how to post it.
Thank you. We are expecting it.
Hey, Austin, can you help me post that, please?
Let's do this one. Okay. Here is another question.
Austin,
Did you
can
have
you help me post that, please? I'm not sure where to go.
once we are expecting for Austin to reply you, there's a question here. Do you have another book coming up soon that you will want readers to get involved also?
Okay. Was the reply to you? There's a question here. Do you have another book coming out? Yes, I do have another book coming out soon,
So,
and it is called Within the Storm. So it is revolves around Camille and the island and her drug and alcohol treatment programs.
okay, so
She
when is that?
okay. I didn't get your question. Sorry.
I said, when are you going to publish that book?
I'm shooting for May 1st.
Alright, that's great. Would you like Wakeelite Publishing Book Club to also help you with this kind of pressure for that book also?
Someone can reach out to me and I'm happy to talk to someone about it.
All right, no problem. And also, do you have anything you want Wakeelite Publishing Book Club to help you with regarding this book?
I mean, I can always use marketing assistance.
All right.
But right now, I actually have two marketing companies that have been paid to do this.
Okay. With this feature, would you like us to help you with marketing aspects also?
Okay, can we discuss this off topic? I mean, can someone just reach out to me and discuss this?
All right, no problem. Austin will probably
All
reach out to you for this.
right, I posted my website. I also posted the name of the next book. I see a question on here. Who do you blame more for
Okay.
Brett's
Do you have any
past?
acknowledgements regarding this perfection of your book that we've done for you so far today?
If you accomplish regarding this profession of your work that we've done for you so
I
far
mean,
today.
acknowledgements.
Oh yeah, it seems like there's been lots of clapping, hearts, handshakes, thumbs up. There are lots of messages here I'd like to address, so I can either respond to them online here or I can answer them now.
All right, thanks. Wow, what an incredible session this has been. Readers, let's appreciate our amazing author Cindy Johnson for not sharing just her book, Stalking the Storm, but also her art, her inspiration, and the powerful story behind it. We truly appreciate you being here with us today. To everyone who joined, commented, and questioned and supported, thank you for making this session lively and unforgettable. This is what Wakeelite Book Club is all about: connection, storytelling, and community. If you haven't already, make sure you grab your copy of Striking the Storm and experience the suspense and the emotion for yourself. You definitely don't want to miss it, readers. Let's continue to support amazing author Cindy and keep the love for the book alive. I'm your host, Mina, and on behalf of Wakeelite Book Club, thank you once again for joining us. Stay safe, stay inspired, and we'll see you at our next Spotlight section. Have a wonderful day, everyone. This is the end of this Spotlight. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.